Welcome back to Factorio Seablock, and it's time to carry on with our tiny little island in the middle of an ocean, far away from anywhere else. Or anything else, in fact. I don't think there is anything else out there. I've just moved the algae farm and this hydro plant down here, just so I give myself a little bit more space. I'm probably going to do the same thing with this algae farm as well. I did just complete the laboratory research, and that is just going to be me building a laboratory and nothing else, and that let me start making inserters and transport belt, literally just pressing by building one lab. So the lab around somewhere, here it is. We can just put it next to any particular power pole, and as you might imagine, it has it has a science pack, and in this mod pack it's called a sacrificial electromagnet. So we can indeed make those. We need copper to make that. So why don't we get on with making more copper? We did using this last episode. Let's just rearrange first, and then we'll get back into a much better copper workflow, shall we? So I think I'm going to have to move that up one. So first of all, let's just take down these pipes here, because we're going to move this algae farm down and get it out of the way. Get rid of you. Do with a steel axe pretty soon. Much better than the other variety that we're currently using, the iron axe. So I'm just going to move that up one, I think it's going to be. Let me just move these poles out of the way and see if this hydro plant fits. Will you fit there? I need to pick you up as well. Will you fit now? You will fit now. Good. I don't necessarily want that to output anything to here. Oh, that's just an input. It's not an output from the other one, that's fine. Okay, we've now got that out of the way, so I'm just going to move these across a little bit to give ourselves a little bit more room. And we'll put them out here somewhere. Leave at least a gap of some kind. Probably there will do. And then where's our liquefier? Put it back in place here. There we go. And just put a pipe connecting everything back up again. I may have to move it again, but it'll do for now. And we just set this to that, and then this to that, and they should be up and working again once we get enough crushed stone. Let's just fully load this thing. You'll see I've got some ore in my inventory from just deconstructing this. But we'll then take this, and I think we're going to make a couple more crushers. So let's just put a couple more of those on build. And keep up to date with this. Well, I think I'm going to actually take that out, and I'm going to put this up here somewhere for now. Actually, I haven't quite decided where, but if I just get a belt, and I want it probably up here somewhere, this belt, so we'll just put that down for now. In fact, I should probably make sure I put the belt in the right slot as well as inserters, otherwise that'll drive me demented later. I'm not decided what's in slot. Slot 3 would normally be underground, but that's okay. So we want crushers up here, so we need them like that, I guess. Yes, you don't have any fuel, don't worry about that. And we can just tell that that's crushed stone again and get it started. I think we're going to feed out from our, electrolyzers onto this belt, and we're going to have to rearrange that a little bit first, so we may as well just take that sort of step now. Let's get you out of the way. And I think I've already built another one, so yep, we can just put them down. I'm going to have to get rid of that as well, and we'll have to put pipes for those, I guess. So maybe here and here. We may not have room for another one, but that should do for now. And yeah, back to the same recipe, thank you. They're going to need some power. That should be enough. And now we just need to flare stack them off again, don't we? So we need pipe work. Oh, that's not good. Let's move those up one, shall we? Just to keep my sanity's sake. One there and one there. Still the same recipe. But now we should be able to have a little bit better time with the pipes. So copy that recipe across. We're going to have to go. We'll have to separate this by one as well. So that's going to have to go there, just so that I can keep these pipes separate, just in case we want them separate in the future. We can do this. Copy and paste those across, and then we just need some pipes to connect the water in. So the power's gonna have to go there, the water can go there, and they're both happy again. So we got some pipes here, and I think I'm going to use the space down here for the flare stack for hydrogen. Oh, you've run out of power now. That should do. Where's my flare stacks? Put that back in. You've got power, and you're flaring fine. And then we may have problems here, but yeah, I'll figure that out later. Let's just grab all the oxygen here and let's send it to a flare stack at the top. There will do. And just connect that up, and that should be both of those back working again. Fine. Do we have enough pellets to get this going? Yeah, we do. Okay, so that's making what we made before, but now we can decide we can get this slag out of here and processing on this line. So let's just do that, shall we? They're going to be out of power, but we can just move power poles if we need to. I don't think we have the longer reaching versions of those just yet. So we're probably going to have to do something like this. At least temporarily. There we go. And we can put inserters up here. And we can... I'm going to put another couple of these down here. You'll see what for in a second. That should work just fine, I would have thought. Maybe. We'll come back to that in a second. And we just need some power in here somewhere. Can I get rid of you? You. Put you here. That's one of them sorted, and this one... There we go. And everything's kept nice, well, mostly parallel. That's going to annoy me a little bit later, but otherwise fine. So these should, once it runs out of slag, start grabbing from that belt. Why aren't you grabbing from that belt? Oh, is it full? Yeah, it's full. So these are going to need to output somewhere as well. We can output them wherever we like. What the places that are going to need them is going to be this liquefier here, and I guess this liquefier here, or this one's maybe going to have a bit of a... Oh no, we can go underground. So let's just get rid of this line, and we'll move that lab in a second. We'll get that going. Let's just move the lab, and then we should be able to have a line of these running down this way. And that should work for belts. So if we have them running that way, then have them like this, we should be able to feed into this machine. And then the same thing here. We can just run them down the side of this. I need more belt. Yeah, there we go. Just a couple more will do me just fine. And we can obviously grab it from here. Maybe we should buffer that slightly so that I have a box if this is not taking all of that that stone too much. So I normally don't like doing this, but at the same time we can make a box. And just for now, we'll just keep it buffering, shall we? Okay. And then we want some more inserters, of course. So just a couple will do fine. Put them here. We're going to need more power poles anyway, and we can get these are the burner crushers going. I guess we could make some more crushed belt this way. Just extend the power to here. That will do. Ooh, may have to be careful on that one. But otherwise, we can extend the power. And now these are going to be short of fuel. That's the next challenge. So we've got a belt full of slag, and we can of course drop this in manually. It's that one at least. Ooh, I have to just copy the recipe, that's why it didn't take. And now we can get these working somewhat for our ores. So out of here come the two ores. So we're going to want, these two like this, and we can feed directly using inserters. So just make a few of those. So we can feed like this with some power, etc. There we go. They'll feed in quite nicely, but they won't, however, deal with the byproduct, and the byproduct's the problem. Once they start up, they'll start to have crushed stone as the byproduct. That's a great byproduct for us, because here we can probably just run something like this. Okay, and have one crushed stone go that way. The other one, well, we don't have anywhere for it, so I guess we could just run that as well. This way? We need underground belt to deal with this, though, because I'm going to need to go further up here for furnaces. So I won't worry about it just yet. What we may well do is just feed that into an assembly machine. So let me just actually start that. Automation is the next research we want. And we're going to need copper for it, so we need to sort this situation out. We can sort it out manually to start off with. But to solve this problem more in general, we need to have a renewable source of these wood pellets, because I don't really want to keep on going in here, typing wood, going to this, and then choosing, hey, I'd like some, like a couple of wood pellets, please. Oh, well, 4 in this case. That should be fine. So, yeah, what we're going to need to do is get something automated from here to make said wood pellets. Now, is that in the liquefier recipe? I've got a feeling it is. Let's just put that there for a second. And we can make cellulose fiber from green algae. That means we can put this here with some, whoops, power pole probably one further down. And we can feed in 2 of those once we get some green algae going, which we need wood pellets. So we need to start this process off by feeding in carbon dioxide into our green algae plant. That will then feed green algae out to the cellulose fiber plant. And from there, once we get automation done, we should be able to make that into our pellets. We don't have the ability to make assembly machines just yet, though. So where's that lab? All right, and now I'm going to have to hopefully do the last of the manual stuff here. So we can just put this here for now. And I can just feed in science packs once we have the ability to make them. I can make 4 now. There we go. In the meantime, I'm just going to get some fiber out of here, hopefully soon. It is feeding in. I know that's taking a while. Oh, it makes 5 at a time. Okay, so let's make a couple more wood pellets, and then hopefully I can be done with this whole process. Let's get a couple there, and let's just start these off just by doing this. That's the even distribution mod, and both of those will work. And then we need to get some furnaces. So grab some furnaces. Just 1 will do, because I think I've already got 1. That's queued behind things. So for now, let's just put 1 here, because that's where we're going to want it anyway. And we're going to want another inserter there, so let's add that to the queue. And then just some power, I think. You're going to need some fuel. Fuel. Make me copper again, please. So I know we're reworking back what we've already done, but this is just a nicer layout to get everything automated. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to feed the wood pellets yet, but I don't even mind with those. If they're made automatically, I can just go around and ladle them out manually again. I don't mind too much. There we go. Just press Shift-C to get everything running. And we get some copper plates, which is what we need to make the packs. So another 4. And let's put these packs in the lab. I can get started. Automation has begun. And then behind here, I guess we can also just put another couple of inserters and a couple of boxes. Once you make them... Oh, it can't yet because it's making science packs. 1 more. So now we need some way of, well, first of all, the wood pellets are going to be coming out here once automation's done, but we also need a way of making more sand, just because I need to be able to extend this island a little bit more than it is right now. It's not terribly great right now, has to be said. Let's put that there as well. And you're out of fuel again. So I'm going to have to make more manually. No, get some cellulose fiber, so I can still handcraft it, but it doesn't have to go and forage, which is the first step. So that's enough. And as you can see, there's no foraging involved now. It's making them pretty quickly. And then we can just put them in, let's put half in there to make some more. Well, we don't really need iron plates at this point, but yeah, we'll probably have to deal with it. These will be stuck because they've got crushed stone in them, which we have to get rid of. So let's do that as well. And that will be fine. Let's just grab... Yeah, I don't think we can just put onto this belt, because if we did, that would be a problem, because this belt could end up with the ore on it, not just the crushed stone. So we are going to have to output the crushed stone somewhere else, I think, or at least to another kind of machine, which is okay. That needs inserters. There we go. So yeah, we're going to have to output both of these, I think, back to another machine. And we are short of space to be able to do it from this side. This side isn't too bad. We can bring it down here or something. Let me just take a quick look at how I might arrange that, I think. And let me just finish up these science packs. We just need a couple more. So let's just grab you and 2 more. Make sure these are put in. I think it was just 10 of those packs to start off with, so shouldn't be too bad. So fast forward. Okay, so automation is just finished, which means I can now make assembly machines. I'm going to make probably 4 of them to start off with. And we're going to replace this box I've just been grabbing here with assembly machine in a second. And I think I'm going to move all of this over here. I just need some more sand to actually do it, because I think I need to extend this line of ore crushers, well, at least of more than we are at the moment. I can, of course, pick up crushed stone from here, and we can make stuff with it. So let's see how many sand I can make. Well, not a great amount, but it does make very, very quickly. So I just build very, very quickly. So around here, I guess. How far will that go? It'll get us fairly far out. We're going to need probably some more, however. So yeah, not too good at the moment. Although, if I pick this up for a second and just put them here. Can we just go out sideways with the ore instead of going sideways with everything else? Let's just quickly check that out. So let's just assume that these are the same recipes. And you there. And let's just say for now, I want to put the furnaces here and here. And we'll just put the boxes on the end of them. There we go, 1 and 2. Put the inserters back. And that should do. That should also mean I can put the assembly machines on this side. Oops, let's pick up those inserters again. Yeah, everything's short of fuel. I know. This is. I want to make sure I maintain those. So let's just shift right, control right click, and then drag over them. And the same thing over these. I've only got 2 left, so not much I can do for fuel there. You can just go in there. Just make stuff. Let's just put you in there and you in there. So they should start producing as before, but they will get stuck because of the crushed stone. So let's use our assembly machines on this side. In fact, we could probably go into the same assembly machine. Depends how fast this is going to be. So that might be an interesting one. Let's just grab a couple of inserters. And we can insert from this side like this. And now we're going to tell you to make... what is it going to make? Sand? Sand. Okay, so they can both put into sand, and then we can build a box and an inserter and put the sand there. Okay, so I think that's pretty much built. We're going to need to feed, you know, the wood pellets into this finally. It's down here, so I may have to mess around with that, but let's just take that out for a second. Put this factory in. And now I'm going to tell you to make wood pellets, or we can carry on and making pellets into bricks, but for now let's just make wood pellets. That'll get us going at least. And now this is entirely automated. However, I'm going to feed that into a box. I think we're going to, oops, that's not a box, that's a box. And we will get another inserter. just so I've got a buffer here more than anything else that I can just go and pick up from before we get to bots of any kind. And now we need to feed power. Got power on the other end? We do. So what are you halted by? Is it just... yeah, they're just short of fuel. Okay, so fuel is relatively simple. I'll make my last batch while it's starting to make them automated at the bottom. And we can just use up our remaining fiber. That should do. And it's already started producing. So they've got wood pellets. We are, however, going to need to get wood pellets back into here first, more than anything else. So if I'm going to have a belt here, I'm going to... Ooh, that's not nice. Well, he says, I think we can just use the... Yeah, we can. Let's just remove this box for a second and put the box back here. May seem like an odd place to go, but we can use Shift E to set this to drop at right angles instead of anywhere else. That will then let me put a belt here, which I can grab from using another inserter. Let's grab a couple more. And feed out from this buffer here and back in here. And otherwise we then have a belt after the buffer with some power. Once I kick this into gear, it should be, and I say it should be, but it should be self-sustaining. So we've got wooden pellets feeding this, making green algae, making cellulose fibre, making wood pellets, passing back out into this box, which goes back into this belt, which then, at some point, we can feed into everything else. Although we might need underground belts for that. Let's just take a look. Can we get to underground belts? Logistics, we can. It just takes 20 of those science packs. So let's look for those. We can make 20. We've got enough copper to do so. And I'm just going to, let's say, put half in there and half in here. Whoops, all in here, I should say. And that should get things going. So now everything should be automated. Are you gonna be automated? What are you short of? Nothing? Everything is working? Yes, it's just a little bit slow. So we're starting to get automated sand out there. Automated copper, of course. And automated iron from nothing but water. Okay, so logistics is finished, and I have kept on adding more and more wind turbines. There's nothing much I can do really until I get more landfill space, and everything is now constrained by power. You can see our satisfaction is nowhere near enough. Well, it's halfway. Unfortunately, the wind turbines do fluctuate in power as well, so there's not really much I can do about that at the moment. However, with logistics finish, we should be able to, first of all, pick something else, mechanical refining, for instance, and that should get us, I think that gets us the ore crushers that aren't burner ones, so we don't need to worry about getting wood pellets from down there back up here, I don't think. We do, however, need to get them to the furnaces, at least, and we'll sort that one out. However, in the meantime, I think I want to add another liquefier here because it's holding up the ore production, which in turn is holding up sand production. Although on this side, I think it's just the power that maybe is either slowing these down or at least it's being starved by everything else. So, you know, I need to get as much of this crushed stone. I just keep taking this buffer, picking it up. There's only 4 in there. That's no good. And just dropping it into this. And it just keeps making into more sand, but that is not terribly fast at the moment. So let's get on with the liquefier stage. Hopefully, yeah, I can build underground belts. So let's just grab those. And let me just put these away there. So I can set underground belt to the right spot for me, which is number 3. So with that, we can then do something like this, which is, actually, is that going to solve my problem? The problem I've got, I need more water through there, and I've built myself into a bit of a corner, so I can get out of that corner by doing this, but then I've got to take out that and then feed the water somewhere else. So it sort of works. May starve that one a little bit of crushed stone, but we'll see. Let's grab another liquefier. I think I made one already. Yes, I did. So we can put another one on here, and then this is going to need crushed stone as well. So let's put you there. We'll put a power pole in, and then just connect everything up with water, and then they should work in parallel, and then pipe on the other side. Alright, so it depends how fast we get crushed stone in here. The water's perfectly fine. It's just crushed stone. And yeah, they'll work in parallel. Of course, crushed stone is only going to be produced when we produce enough slag, which is currently the limiting factor because of our power, I assume. So I need to just wait a little bit, really, and get more sand, turn sand into land, and then put more. Well, I guess I could. This is going to be untidy, but I can always undo it later. We can just put some more in here temporarily. I'm sort of out of space for this. We can just put them wherever we can that's in range of a power pole, and that may do that here. In fact, oh no, there's a good space the way I've laid things out, apart from that one spot. How far off are we now? Oh, nearly. I've run out of land space for this, but I guess we can put another set here, and some more wind turbines. I am, of course, going to have to rip all these up, but for now, oh, just about. Depends on how much it varies. So, is that producing slag faster? It does appear to be. Yes, it is. Definitely faster. Okay, so more sand to go, and then I'll rearrange things. Okay, so we're starting to build up a stock of wood pellets now, which is good, because I think we want to try and make the first transition to the next power. The next power tier, which is away from, well, not necessarily away from these, but to replace some of these with steam power, or at least see if that will actually work for us. We're going to have to give up some land for that. Oh, we get mechanical refining, good. Which will take up more power, not good. So yeah, we've got 89 of these. Let's just feed that with 20 odd. Okay, and where are we going to put the power? Interesting. I've built, well, can we get it somewhere else? We're pretty much out of space wherever we go. How much landfill have we got? 5. Yeah, so we're going to have to give up some of this. Why don't we just put something temporary up here for now? So let's just remove these for a second. And we're going to need a boiler. So we can put that there for now. Yeah, something like that. And then we can put steam engines on the other side of it. So let's just put the steam engines in. They're going to fit. 1. That's going to need to take out these ones as well. And 2. And then we can connect up the water and see how inefficient this is. Let's put some 17 in there for now. Okay, that's going to start. And what's that going to do? Oh, wow. Okay. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look over 10 minutes or so. Consumption, yeah, that's going to work quite well, I think. The only problem is going to be if I can keep this fed. That's not going to take too much, to be honest. Depends on how much power we're using, but that will do for now, certainly. Yeah, it's depleting rather slowly, so let's just put another 25 in there, and hopefully that will keep it fed. And I can probably recover some other things now. So mechanical refining is done, which means we can make regular ore crushers, ore sorting facilities. I remember that from the Angels and Bobs series, which is still ongoing. Crusher. So let's make a couple of those. Are they faster? Crafting speed 1. Current speed 1.5, yes they are. So 2 of those will be like 3 of these burner ones and won't require any wood pellets. Just electricity, of course. I solved the problem with these inserters, by the way, just by putting one here, because I can't stretch it out and down by 1 yet. So we're going to have to deal with that. So this one just moves it to here. This one just goes right angles and in. So we're back to the original amount. Of course, that does then starve down here this liquefier, which is what's creating our wood pellets. So I've got to watch out for that. I can always turn off the ores. That's one possibility. But the other one, which we're about to do, have they finished making? Yes, they have. Is just replacing these. Okay, so hopefully they should be faster now. Yep, they certainly look faster. It's whether we can unload them fast enough at this rate, I think. Well, yeah, it sort of looks like they're going to be constrained a little bit, but we'll see. Well, let's just let it balance out. And of course, we've still got only 2 electrolyzers going. Have you made any more landfill yet? 2. I think that's going to be the short-term issue. We're going to have to just make more crushed stone to make more landfill, and what we could do is replicate this setup once we get enough land to put things down on, to just output crushed stone into just dedicated factories. In fact, what we probably can do is now just rip up these temporary ones that I had until I had enough resource. Well, until I had enough wood pellets, and then we can just maybe dedicate one of those crushers. Whoops, crush. Yeah, let's just build one of those. We've got another assembling machine. That finished. There it is. And we can just separate it by 1, I guess. Put a couple of inserters down. How's the power looking? Still actually more than enough. So let's start taking up all these just sort of land occupying wind turbine areas. There we go. That'll do for now. And then, excuse me, just put these down. Hook them up with power. Copy the recipe across, and then we can just put the assembly machine down right next to it. I'm not stood on the space, that is. And probably want a box as well, just to box this up. Copy the recipe across, and then E02 will do. And into a box for now you go. Okay, so that's another source of land, and indeed that will probably be a much better source than this one, because this is just to stop the ores from jamming up. And of course you can see, even though we've got 2 liquefiers going and they're feeding all of this system, it's still not terribly fast. So we gotta have to watch out for that. And I think that brings us up to the end for the second episode. We've got to steam power, which has solved our power issues for now, although we have to keep an eye on the wood pellets. It is more efficient eventually to get from wood pellets to wood bricks. I've got some wood bricks here, but they don't have a fuel value. If you look at wood pellets, we've got 12 megajoules. So let's just quickly take a look at that just before I finish the episode. So if we look at bricks, and what bricks can be made into. In fact, let's just look at what makes them. So, 2 wood pellets to a brick, and each wood pellet is 12, so that's 24 megajoules per brick. Okay, so each brick, 24 megajoules, can make 6 charcoal, so that's 30 megajoules. So we get a little bit more if we put it through a furnace. And what do we take to make wood bricks? Yeah, so an assembly machine, then a furnace, but right now I don't want that. But the downside is you have to feed the furnace with something, so that's a little bit of inefficiency. But the carbon is more useful later on, so that's something we'll have to get to. But I just don't have the land space to do that just yet. We'll see that when the expansion. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. We've got a fair bit done. We've got a much better sort of production system going. We've got research. I should start the next research. I don't think I need turrets just yet. Long inserters might be useful. Water treatment, that's sulfuric waste water. I'm not going to need that just yet, hopefully. What we can... Oh, that needs the next... yeah, we can't do that yet. Electronics assembly machines, no. Washing is probably, however, a good idea. That gets us lots of things like the washing plant, but each stage, if I remember correctly, of washing various things leaves us with mud. And mud can also be turned into, well, grass, but also, the various different landfill stuff. So we can get dirt instead of going for sand in future, or indeed grass. So yeah, we could use that as a byproduct. So I think I'm going to take that for now, and then just add some more crafting for that, and that'll finish the episode. If you enjoyed it, press the thumbs up button. If not, of course, tell me why in the comments. But otherwise, feel free to like, subscribe, and share as normal. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.